Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays. Kind of up early today, making videos. I usually do my videos in the afternoon time, somewhere in there, but it's kind of early. It's a Monday. I'm kind of up and out of bed. I'm ready to get things done. So it's October, and this is the first October that I've done this YouTube channel and this vlog and this showing videos kind of channel thing I got going on. So October means horror movies. October means sci-fi. October means candy. So I've picked a few movies from the horror and sci-fi genres that I'm going to try to watch. Maybe not exactly a excuse me, not exactly a 30-day challenge or anything like that, but because last night I watched like 3 movies. So because some movies are only barely over an hour, maybe 65 minutes, 70 minutes. You know, some of the classic horror movies. So you can watch maybe 3 in a night. You know, sometimes. So last night I got the ball rolling big time. I watched, I believe I watched 3 movies complete. I started watching one of the Mummy movies, and I just kind of crapped out on it, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it completely later on. I was just not in a Mummy mood. I wanted something a little darker, kind of start things off. So, what did I watch last night? Last night I watched from the really great birthday present that I got back in April, and I did an unboxing video, the Classic Monsters Universal 30 pack that has all the classic monster movies: Frankenstein, The Mummy, Dracula, The Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Wolfman, The Mummy. I think I've said all those. And the horrible movie they always stick on that's really not a great horror movie. It's a beautiful Technicolor movie, but they always stick 1943's The Phantom of the Opera in this bunch. I mean, the original Phantom of the Opera was made in 1925 with the legendary Lon Chaney Sr. And it was a Universal movie, but at some point Universal let it fall into the public domain, which I don't know why they did that. I've never really heard or read why that happened, so maybe I need to research a little harder. But they let that fall in the public domain, in which it should be on here, I think. And the 1943 shouldn't have never been made. But anyways, they always stick the 1943 Phantom of the Opera with Claude Rains. It's really just a big costume drama. You know, it's got a little bit of few horror scenes, which are not really horror scenes. But it's filmed in beautiful Technicolor. So it just, I don't know, it just never had that edge, and they always stick it in all the collections and stuff. So out of this box last night I watched, get this out, from the Wolfman set, I watched House of Frankenstein, which was really good. I did watch Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. I watched House of Frankenstein because it had Dracula, it had the Wolfman, and it had Frankenstein in it. It had Boris Karloff in it, playing an escaped convict, mad scientist type person. They had Glenn Strange, I believe, as Frankenstein in that. And then the great J. Carroll Naish, who appeared in a lot of westerns with Randolph Scott. Funny, but he was the Igor assistant in it. But it was a really good movie. John Carradine was Dracula, which was pretty cool. It was fast paced. They were trying to put the characters in there. moved along really good. Really enjoyed that actually. I haven't seen it in a while. I have it on the DVD collection of Frankenstein. But these have been restored or at least upgraded to high definition. Some of them have been fully restored in this set. I haven't seen it probably in 15, 16 years, and it looks great. The picture looks great. So I'm going to say, like on here, on this set, there's, the Wolfman, of course. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, because the Wolfman appears in House of Dracula. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, which is a bona fide classic. I'm going to watch that. It's got the Werewolf of London and the She-Wolf of London. Finishes that out. Okay, and then out of the Mummy collection, I think I watched all of the Mummy's Hand out of the Mummy set. It's got the Mummy's Hand from 1940, the Mummy's Tomb, the Mummy's Ghost, and the Mummy's Curse. Now these are pretty good sequels. They have their fans, solid fans, but the only thing I didn't like so much, but it really didn't bother me, in the 1940 Mummy's Hand was the comic relief. The guy in the movie was funny, but it was just too much funny at the beginning of it. It was almost like a comedy. And then in the darker moments, it just kind of got, the comedy was like outshining the darker horror type of scene in the first half of the movie and stuff. So I kind of like, hang on, let me jump over to the Werewolf for a minute, and I'll pick up on the Mummy's Tomb another night. So I know the Mummy's Tomb is really good. Actually, the Mummy's Hand is good. I just wasn't feeling the comic relief at that moment. So let's see, I watched those two. What else did I watch? And I believe I watched the House of Dracula on there. I think I watched that. It was late, and I was watching each one of them. So anyways, that's what I watched so far. Now in my group, that's what I watched. I watched those movies, the House of Frankenstein and Dracula, and then I watched from the great Universal set, the classic sci-fi Ultimate Collection. I watched 1940s Dr. Cyclops on here. Big Technicolor type of horror, sci-fi type of movie. Really good. It's the first time I've watched it all the way through in many years. Really good. So I watched 3 last night. So on this set, I may watch The Incredible Shrinking Man. I haven't seen that in a while. A lot of these on here I've watched recently. It's got Tarantula, and Cult of Cobra, and Deadly Madness is good. The Leech Woman is on here. I haven't seen The Leech Woman yet, so I might watch that. Now some of these are newer discs that I've gotten in the past year that I have not got to really fully watch yet. So some of these you might see from my past videos. They're movies I've seen, but I have not seen this edition, this actual disc, being maybe a restored edition or something like that. So some of these ones I'm going to really burn through and definitely watch is this set, which I was really excited about, the Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff, Edgar Ulmer's The Black Cat, and The Raven is on here, and the Murders in the Rue Morgue. So there's been some restoration, some cleanup, and some extra stuff on here. So I'm gonna burn through those, especially The Raven. I haven't seen that in a minute, so I'm gonna watch that. Really excited about that. Love that set. Did this just recently, The Fearless Vampire Killers. I'm going to watch this all the way through. Should be a beautiful new sharp print. I scanned through it quickly just to check it, and it looks good. So I'm going to sit down and really watch it. You know what I mean? But no distractions. I'm going to watch it. no phone, no kids, no wife needs anything. I'm just gonna watch the movie. It's gonna be quiet. I'm gonna watch it. I made another video like that, and that's just what I mean. It's just like I just want total. I like to focus on a movie. I don't like to chit chat and do all that. I just want to watch it. I want to be into the movie. I encourage it. Next up is The Man with the X-Ray Eyes. I watched this one night, really loved it. I'm going to watch it again because it's got some extra stuff. I might listen to the audio commentary while I watch it. Beautiful movie, great movie. Ray Milland in that one. This is a movie, did these I haven't even opened this yet. This is Brian De Palma's The Fury on this Arrow release. I don't know if this is reflecting. I'm trying to not reflect so much, but Brian De Palma's The Fury with John Cassavetes, Kirk Douglas, Amy Irving, Andrew Stevens. I haven't watched this in years. It's got some bonus stuff. I'm gonna watch that. Haven't opened it. Next up is Brian De Palma's Carrie, 1976's ode to Hitchcock and other Stephen King book. Watched some of the special features on here. I haven't watched the movie all the way yet. Can't wait to dig in and watch that. It's been a while since I've seen the whole movie. Another Arrow release. Really, really cool. Now this is something really cool that you might not have, but this is not a real cover to this movie. This is John Carpenter's 1978 classic Halloween, but it's in a made-up Criterion Collection cover. There is no Criterion edition of Halloween, but they did a dead-up great cover of it. I'm trying to give you a sharper picture of it though, but what it is, it's actually the Lionsgate 4K release that came out, I think last year, 2 years ago. The Lionsgate Halloween release that's got the Blu-ray and 4K in there. So I got the original case that goes to the Lionsgate, but this one's so much cooler. So pretty cool. Thought that was different. I know there's some other people out there that have it, but maybe not watching. Next up, one of my most favorite John Carpenter movies, just favorite kind of horror sci-fi movies. The Thing, 1981's Thing, John Carpenter, Kurt Russell. It's got a big cast of everybody in there is really good. Really love this movie. The Ennio Morricone score, awesome. It's great cinematography. Just love this movie. I've seen it so many times. I have it on Laserdisc even. I have a regular DVD and a Blu-ray of it. So, you know, I'm a fan of this movie. Really like it. So I'm going to run through it and give it a yearly spin. Next up, another one I got new recently. That would be The Mystery of the Wax Museum. This is the Warner Archive restored UCLA print. It's been 4K scanned, I believe. It's either been 2K or 4K. I think it may be 4K scanned. But it's been restored, some fixed up, cleaned up. The beautiful early 3-strip Technicolor, 1933. Michael Curtiz directed. Michael Curtiz would go on to direct one of the most famous Hollywood movies ever made, Casablanca. So this was an early movie. This was about 10 years earlier. And love this movie. It's got so much atmosphere in it that you could cut it with a knife. You could cut the waxy atmosphere. Next up, another movie I got. Did this video a while back ago. Sleepaway Camp. This is a really cool Scream Factory release of it. This was actually at my local Walmart, which barely has any Blu-rays or DVDs anymore. They're totally scaling out all of that stuff. They have like a few CDs, you know. They got a bunch of records in, but you know, and when you go in there and check stuff, they don't have any stuff. They did get the recent Carpenter stuff from Scream Factory. Big Trouble in Little China. I think they have that Thing release and stuff, but they had this for $5 and I picked it up. This was months ago, but it's got some extras and stuff on there. I'm gonna watch all of it. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. It's a really good movie, a great slasher movie, early '80s slasher, Sleepaway Camp. And finally, I'll just talk about these two big box sets. Now, here's one of my most favorite box sets I have. It's the Val Lunn 9 Tales of Terror from the legendary producer Val Lunn. Now, he did these 9 movies at RKO. Val Lunn was a famous producer, and he started with the Cat People, and he was kind of on a roll. Walk with a Zombie, The Body Snatcher, Leopard Man, Ghost Ship, very underrated. The Seventh Victim, really good. Bedlam, Isle of the Dead, the Ghost Ship. It's got a documentary on here about Val Lunn, The Legacy. And then I also got this. I found this years and years ago. This is like a little tester disc. They would send these out to people that actually nominate and pick the winners of Emmys, Emmy Awards. So this premiered on TCM. This was a documentary they made about Val Lunn. That's different from this documentary. Martin Scorsese was the producer behind this one. This is Val Lunn, The Man in the Shadows. So yeah, all it is just a little tester disc, DVD. Just, no artwork or nothing, but really good documentary. Really complements the other one. It goes into a little bit more detail and stuff about them. So really love this set. I'm surprised it's in really good condition. This is a lot of money now on eBay. I've noticed it's been out of print for a very long time. Love this DVD. If they ever really upgrade and make it a Blu-ray and they clean them up and they really do a good job, then I'll upgrade. But in the meantime, I'm gonna hold on to this baby. I also have it on Laserdisc. Actually, there's a I should have got that out, but there's a big 9-film Val Lunn Laserdisc set with all the same movies, minus the documentary, and it's really cool too. Which these were probably ports. Oh, they ported those over to these DVDs anyways. And finally, guys, just to show this set off again, if you haven't got this and you're a fan of horror or even classic horror or just even a casual fan, you need to get this, invest in this. This is something you can watch over the years and really dig into. It's a great collector's piece. It's a complete 30 films from Universal. It's all like I said, all the main people, The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein. It's all their sequels that they made at Universal afterwards. So there's altogether 30 films. Pretty cool. Universal, they're famous for their horror and stuff, and they really did a lot of horror movies. And there's some other collections out there of horror movies from Universal. Other movies that were made that doesn't really fall into this monster set. So there's a lot of good sets out there. So this is kind of what I'm going to dig into this month. Some stuff I haven't seen. There's some other stuff I want to watch that's not horror movie related. I just don't want to commit completely to just horror movies. I'm going to do a little bit of both. I think I can dig through these Val Lunns and stuff, and really, I'm going to dig into them. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I mean, I guess if you want to call it a challenge, I'm going to try to watch them all, and some other videos I'm going to make about some other movies I'm going to watch this month. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's some recommendations. All these movies I highly recommend. Go out there and see them, buy the movies, see them streamed. YouTube, however you can find them, just check those movies out. Really good. And if you haven't already subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video. And Comment, as always, comment. I welcome your comments. I love talking to you guys. And give a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this. And I will get out of here for now. And you guys have a good Halloween. Be safe out there. And I will see you later.